Hey guys, so this video is going to be a kind of like product battle video, and I'm going to be comparing two gel liners. And for me, the two kind of most famous high-end gel liners are the MAC Fluidline and the Bobbi Brown Longwear gel liner. And I have both of them, so this video is just going to be me comparing them. They're going to be two separate reviews, and I'm also going to do like a little demo. First off, if you do not know what gel eyeliner is, it is basically a cream or liquid eyeliner, and they come in pots like this, and you have to apply it with a brush. So what I look for in a gel liner is the lasting power, because I do want it to last all day. I do not like coming home and having it completely be faded away. I look for how opaque the color is, how opaque the liner is, and then I also look for how smooth and easy to apply the gel liner is. Okay, so I first started off having and using the MAC Fluidline, and I think this is a great gel liner. I will go through all the pros and cons for both of these in a few minutes. But the reason why I purchased the Bobbi Brown was because everyone raved about the Bobbi Brown and said it was their favorite eyeliner, so I was curious then. And then also, I do really like, the majority of the time when I wear gel eyeliner, I wing it out like I did today. And sometimes I even go longer and thicker than this. And with the MAC Fluidline, I would notice that when I got home from school, it would be completely like faded away. It wouldn't be completely faded away, but it wasn't as black as I applied it in the morning. So as for price, the MAC Fluidline, and I have it in blacktrack, which is their blackest one, and then I have the Bobbi Brown Longwear gel liner in black ink. So they're both the black ones. The MAC one costs $15, and you get 3 grams or 0.1 ounces. The Bobbi Brown one is $21, and you get the same amount of product with the MAC Fluidline. So if price is a deal breaker for you, then I would go for the MAC one, just because you do get the same amount of product for a cheaper price. Another thing that I should mention is that Bobbi Brown's line of gel eyeliners has 14 different colors, and the MAC Fluidlines only have 6 permanently, but MAC does come out with collections and stuff that have different colors. But if you are looking for a colored eyeliner, I would definitely check out the Bobbi Brown color range, just because they have more to choose from, and I have seen some of the colors, and I do think they're really pretty. So if you're looking for a colored gel eyeliner, I would check out Bobbi Brown. So I have personally not been using gel liner for that long, and I don't really know how long my container will last me, but my sister has been using the MAC Fluidline for, I think, about 3 years now, and I would say she's gone through 2 or 3 of these containers, so they do last a pretty long time. They last around like a year to a year and a half. Like I said earlier, to apply gel liner you need a brush. My favorite type of brush to apply it is the MAC 210, which is a script brush. I just prefer script brushes just because I feel like I have more control with it opposed to like an angled liner brush. I know Bobbi Brown does have a eyeliner brush that is like the perfect eyeliner brush. I have not tried that. I just prefer the 210 just because it is really small and it's really precise, and it allows me to make like a really thin line, and then I can also really kind of thicken it out. Okay, so I'm going to swatch both and compare how opaque the color is. Like I said, I do have both colors in black. I prefer black eyeliner, so what I was looking for in these gel liners is it to be really black. I want it really black, and I want it to stay black all day. So first I'm going to swatch the MAC Fluidline. The one thing I do love about the MAC Fluidline is that it is so creamy and smooth. Let me see if this is really hard to show you. Do you see how smooth that is? And just like one stroke, it gets you a pretty opaque line. And now for the Bobbi Brown. One thing I do notice with the Bobbi Brown is that you do need to pick up quite a bit of product for it to apply as smoothly as the MAC Fluidline. So they're pretty similar in smoothness and opaqueness. So they're two really opaque black, really dark black lines right there. Okay. So like I just said, I do think that the MAC Fluidline is a little bit smoother and creamier and easier to apply, but if you have the right amount of product on your brush, the Bobbi Brown Longwear gel liner is exactly the same. So these are both really great and easy to apply, which is really nice just because I do not like to be tugging at my eyelid just to apply eyeliner or anything. The reason why I purchased the Bobbi Brown Longwear gel liner is because everyone said it lasted so much longer, and when I did wing out my eyeliner, I did notice that with the MAC Fluidline that it would fade. It would just like fade more throughout the day, and the reason why I absolutely love the Bobbi Brown gel liner is because it does not fade. Obviously, it will fade like slightly. Makeup does not last forever. I do really notice a difference that when I come home from school with the Bobbi Brown liner, my eyeliner is still very black and it's still not very smudgy, but with the MAC Fluidline, I noticed that it was kind of faded and looked more of like a gray instead of black. So I do prefer the Bobbi Brown over the MAC for the lasting power, and that is a deal breaker to me just because I do not want to be applying eyeliner. I don't want to like have to retouch my eyeliner or anything. So now I'm going to go to the demo, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Alright, so it is currently 3:35 in the afternoon, and so I would say basically it's like midday checkpoint. So on this side I have MAC Fluidline in blacktrack, and it's still going pretty strong. It's very nice and black. I did not notice any smudging yet. Obviously there was a slight fade. It was not as black as it was when I applied it this morning, but it is still very black for being a gel eyeliner. I think that's really good. And this side is the Bobbi Brown, and it honestly looks exactly the same. So they're both holding up very well, and yeah, so as of right now they're both even. I think they both have lasted very long throughout the day. There is no smudging, and they are still very black. So yes, I'm going to check in later on tonight, and yeah, I'll get back to you. Alright, so it is now 10:08 p.m. and I have been wearing these eyeliners for about 15 hours now. And once again, I have MAC's Blacktrack Fluidline on this side and Bobbi Brown's Longwear gel eyeliner on this side. And both of them are still pretty black. I have noticed like some very slight smudging, nothing too noticeable at all. They have faded a little bit, but it's really not that noticeable, and I think for having them on for about 15 hours, I think they have held up really well. So I really can honestly say that I do not notice a difference between these two eyeliners. A lot of people said that the Bobbi Brown lasted a lot longer. I honestly don't notice a difference. So yeah, I hope you guys can tell. Once again, Bobbi Brown, MAC. Can you tell the difference? Because I really can't. Okay, now I just have a couple things that I wanted to add. And, well, you guys just watched the demo that I filmed earlier this week, and I just want to say that I did not touch up my eyeliner whatsoever that entire day. What I applied at like 7 in the morning was what I got at that end of the night. And also I did not set it with a black eyeshadow either, because sometimes I do that just to make it last even longer, but I did not do it that day. I did nothing but wear the eyeliner. So yeah, I hope that demo kind of showed you that I personally do not notice a significant difference in wear time between the two eyeliners. I think they both wear the exact same. The only time I ever noticed a difference was when I did like a really thick, long cat eye eyeliner. And I did notice with the MAC one that it faded a little bit more, and I think it faded just then, just because if it's pulled out all the way to here, it is a little bit more likely to wear down. So that is the only time I ever noticed a difference between these two eyeliners. I hope you guys can tell in the demo that there really is no difference in the eyeliner. They look exactly the same to me. Also, I do think that the MAC one does have a tendency to smudge just a little bit more, just because it is a little bit creamier, slightly, which I do think that's why it smudges a little bit easier. But honestly, I do not notice a difference in these eyeliners. Like I just said, the only time is when I really have an elongated wing eyeliner. Alright, so that is all I have to say about these eyeliners, and I do think it is a personal preference on which one you just like better. But I hope I compared them enough, and if you're even considering purchasing either of these eyeliners, I hope I kind of made some points and helped you make your decision. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you guys so much for watching.